Okay, 1 second. Let's see here, just making sure everything's working. One moment, viewers. Sorry for the holdup. Just want to make sure everything's good to go. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another live stream. We are doing multiple on the channel today, and we are in for a very, very exciting event at Lone Star Le Mans, the Circuit of the Americas. Wow, it is going to be an amazing event. I cannot wait to get into this. It's just me today, but that's okay. David isn't joining me today. He's unfortunately not able to make it, but I'm here with all of you to witness what is going to be, or what could be, the best Lone Star Le Mans in history. And the reason why I say that is because of the grid that we have, plus we have rain. We have rain out on track. This is the first race this season where we have full-on rainy conditions, and there are so many unknowns heading into this race. There's no clear favorite. We have a lot of storylines heading into this race. I mean, there's just so much to talk about, and I can't wait for us all to witness what we have in store. It's just a few minutes until green flag running at Lone Star Le Mans. This is a 6-hour endurance race in Austin, Texas, in the United States of America. My home event, so it's sunny outside. I can wake up and have a normal race instead of waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning to cover it. But even if I'm waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, I will instantly be ready to go, because that is how exciting the World Endurance Championship truly, truly is. Now, to the left-hand side of your screen, you have the live data. This is the entire top 18 entries in Hypercar. So every single Hypercar entry that you see in this race is going to be here while we're speaking, so you can catch up with how the Hypercar grid is going. We also have the top 2 in LMGT3 right at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be at the bottom left-hand side. But yeah, we have a lot of storylines heading into this. Like I said, 5 minutes until green flag running at Lone Star Le Mans. Besides this watch party stream, we also have 2 other streams going on right now. It kind of took a while to get everything going. That's why I'm kind of still managing things and stuff like that. But we have the live data stream, which will run throughout the entire race, which is really, really cool. We also have the starting grid stream, so if you want to see exactly where each car lines up in the grid, go over there. Make sure to go over there. That stream is going to be ending in about 15 minutes because, well, the race is starting in 5 minutes. There's no need for it because everything will change. Now, I see a lot of people in the comments across all these live streams and across the WEC that wondering what is going on with the 93 Peugeot. As you can see on the live data, it is at the back of the field in Hypercar. Now, for those that watch the Hyperpole session, for those that watch qualifying, as I did as well, you know that the 93 Peugeot qualified in 3rd. It qualified up there. It was right at the top. So you're probably wondering, why is this 9X8 that was seemingly very quick, you know, it got very lucky to be up there, now all the way at the back of the grid? Well, there's, unfortunately, all its lap times were deleted. It's plain and simple. They were deleted. This was due to a technical infraction being violated, I guess you could say, by Peugeot Sport Total Energies. Of course, it's not their entire fault. It's just how it goes. I believe, from my understanding, from all the research I've done and kind of what I've gathered, is that they didn't have a specific amount of rain lights on during a Hyperpole or something like that during the rainy conditions that we had during the sessions, and so I believe that's why it's at the back of the grid. But no matter, we know that the 9X8 seems to have a little bit of pace, so hopefully the 93 will come up through the grid. Now, the biggest storyline heading into this one, Ford and Proton competition. That's the team that's running the Mustang GT3s. As you can see at the bottom of your screen here to the left-hand side, both Mustangs start in 1st and 2nd position. The first time that Ford is on pole since 2019, I believe, at the 6 Hours of Spa. So quite a while since Ford was on pole. This is the first time they're doing it with the Mustang in the WEC. And I believe it's the second time the Mustang has qualified on pole. Uh, oh, actually, no. I think it's the third time overall the Mustang has qualified on pole across WEC and IMSA. In IMSA, it qualified on pole in GTD at VIR last year with the Proton competition car. And then I think it qualified on pole with Sebastian Prio at Detroit with the 64. I could be wrong on that, but I believe the Ford did qualify on pole. Either way, it's been a while since the Mustang has been on pole in the WEC. The question now is, can the Mustangs continue on to deliver a strong result for this American brand across this 6-hour endurance race? In Hypercar, Robert Kubica went pole position in the number 83 car. This is the defending winner of this event. The 83 is the car that everybody is focusing on today. Ferrari are back. They're back to fight for wins. They have 3 cars in the top 4, only split by the number 6 Porsche. Originally, it was split by the 93 Peugeot, but of course that car is now down the order, as I explained just a moment ago. And just a comment coming in, correct about Detroit. Thank you for double checking there, and that's cool that you were there as well. We have a comment coming in that says, "Is this a 24-hour race or less?" Less, so not a 24-hour race, even though it has Le Mans in the name of the event. 6 hours is the duration of Lone Star Le Mans. So we're starting at 1 p.m. local time. That's in approximately 2 minutes from now, and then we are going to be going until I think 6 hours from then. I think that's like 7 p.m. local time, if I'm not mistaken. But we do have rain across the whole track. I'm trying to get an idea of what's going on, because to the right of me I have the actual feed of what I'm watching, just to keep an eye on what's actually going on during the track, the visuals of everything. But there is a lot of rain on our track. It's not at a point where I think we're going to see the race delayed or anything like that. 1 minute, the marshals are saying. The marshals are saying 1 minute. I think that was Simon Pagenaud that was actually on the grid as well. Simon Pagenaud, of course, I think he said start your engines. I think that's why he's there. Great to see Pagenaud back on the grid, even though he's not racing. Of course, he is mainly in IndyCar, in the endurance racing side. Of course, he raced for Peugeot. I believe he won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2009 alongside Brabham and I believe Genet, I want to say. I can't remember exactly who he piloted that number 908 with, but we'll see. Aston Martin, a lot of people kind of focusing on the Valkyries today. They were really quick in practice. I don't really know exactly how they're going to be here, and that's the kind of understanding that we have for this event, is that we don't know where everyone is. The rain in qualifying in Hyperpole was so unexpected. We kind of got a mixed order. BMW were down the order. Cadillac are starting at the very back, and people are saying, oh, Cadillac are destroyed by the BOP. Yes, they are hit by the BOP. That's a fact. However, the pace that they showed in practice was very strong. The 2 Cadillacs starting in 14th and 15th on the grid, that is not because of BOP. I want to clarify, that is not because of BOP. That is because of mistakes. The 12 when spinning off in qualifying, I believe. But yeah, it's they're going to be making their way through the order. And I think on social media, Jota posted, we know we have pace, 6 hours, long ahead. And it's going to be a very long race. Rain is a major factor in this event. Besides Proton's Fords, I also want to highlight Proton's Porsche in Hypercar. What a performance from the Proton competition Privateer 963. It's been a dreadful season thus far compared to last season in 2024. But Proton seemed to finally have making the step forward. I think Porsche, even though they've been hit by BOP, are in a pretty good spot, if I'm being honest. Like I said, everything's kind of mixed all over the place. But the 99 car with Nico Veroni on board is sitting in 5th on the grid. Wonderful performance from the 963 crew, that green and white Porsche. That's the car you're going to see around. It's white with green stripes, and then the factory cars are the white and red and black entries, or white and red, depending on which car you're looking at. So the cars are out on track. They're going on the formation lap. We're starting under safety car from what it seems. And then I believe it's because of the rain. That was kind of anticipated, if I'm being honest. The clock has started ticking. So 5 minutes and 5 hours and 58 minutes to go. So we're still we're progressing through the race. As you can see, it's currently 2 minutes past the start, or what was going to be the start of the race, and that is because of the rain. So safety car is out on track, and we should be getting this race started very, very quickly. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting one. We haven't seen rain at Lone Star Le Mans in quite some time, so it's going to be a fun one. Now, I see a lot of people coming in the comments below, as well in the WEC chat and just all over the place, asking, where can I watch this race? How do I watch this race? You know, I asked that same question when I started kind of getting into the WEC. I was kind of like, where can I watch this these races? It's so confusing, you know, where everything is. That's why I try and provide as much information as I can to you all, because I want to make sure that like you get all the information. And I think that for me, I would when I was searching for information on how to watch, it would have been great to have somebody like me with the channel I possess, to explain where I can watch this race. You know, how I can watch this race. What's the details? What are the details? I mean, it's something I would have liked, and I'm sure that's what I'm trying to help out here, help you all out with. So where you can watch the race, let's get into that. You can catch the action live on FIAWEC.tv. I'm actually going to post that in the comments below real quickly, so you all can kind of have the exact written information. You can copy that as well. But yes, the best place to watch is FIAWEC.tv. You can go to that. It will take you straight to the official website, and you can watch the race. However, it is a subscription basis. Most things are, of course. So I do have to let you all know that there is some complications with going to that, even though it is the official stream. I want to see if I can post that in the comments, but I'm not able to right now. Why is that the case? Don't know. But anyway, so yeah, FIAWEC.tv, that's how you can watch the race. It is geo-blocked in certain areas. So for example, I'm in the USA where this race is happening, in Austin, Texas, of course. I'm not in Austin, but I wish I was. I know for a fact that where I'm watching the action is not on FIAWEC's official broadcast. It's the HBO Max streaming service. That's where I'm catching the action because it is geo-blocked in the USA. HBO Max has the rights to stream it, thankfully. So if you're in the USA like me, check it out on HBO Max. That's also a subscription-based platform, though. So just to let you know. There are other places to watch. It depends on where you're living specifically. If I were to go here and list every single option, it would take the whole live stream. It's a very... there's a lot of different places to watch. But like I said, it really depends on where you're living. But yeah, so we are still under safety car. Nothing's changed quite yet. We're still waiting for this race to kind of get underway. I think that we're just waiting to see when the stewards and when the organizers kind of say, okay, we're ready for racing. We're ready to get this epic event underway in the WEC. I mean, there's so much action to look forward to. We got Aston Martin, we got BMW, looking very, very strong. Alpine had a very strong car last year. They seem to do the same. Porsche and Cadillac are heavily affected by BOP. However, they seem to be somewhat in the fight, and I can say the same for Toyota and Ferrari, who were massively affected last year. Oh, we already have a car off the track, and that is the number 5 Porsche Penske Motorsport 963, the car that starts 10th in this race. It's down the order. I think it should be able to catch back up to its original starting position because we're under safety car, but I don't know. That just proves how tricky these conditions truly are. So the number 5 car off the track, we're going to see a replay of what happened to, I think this is Michael Christensen on board. He spun the car right on the exit of, what is that turn? I don't know exactly. He was facing the wrong way for just a little bit, but it seems like he's okay. No effects to the car. I think it's Michael Christensen on board. No, it's not. It's his teammate. It's Julian Anlauer, I believe. Unless it's the third racer, which would be Mathieu Jaminet. I thought it was Anlauer. At first I thought it was Christensen. It might be Gemini, actually. Gemini might be starting the car today. By the way, Porsche Penske Motorsport are returning to a three driver lineup for each of their cars. So that includes the return of Matty Campbell to the number 6 squad and Mathieu Jaminet to the returning to the number 5 squad. Yeah, so still under safety car conditions, 5 hours and 52 minutes to go. So we're nearing the start. We're nearing the finish of the first 10 minutes of Lone Star Le Mans. Nothing's happened quite yet, and that's because of the rain. That's simply put, it is because of the rain. So still a very, very long way to go in this race. We're still under safety car conditions, and we're waiting for this thing to get underway. And I think usually this is sometimes how it works. F1 does this too, where they take the cars out on track. We've seen this before in the World Endurance Championship, even IMSA as well, where we take the cars out on track. They do some laps to kind of get up to speed, wait for the rain to kind of calm down a little bit, depending on the weather conditions. This also, what this also does is form a racing line. So the cars are going in. They're going in their pattern, and they're forming a what is called a dry line for entries to kind of go on. And this helps. This really does help. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. We have a comment coming in saying, "I'm so excited for this race. I'll watch any race Ferdinand Habsburg is in." Yes, I love Habsburg as well. Thank you so much for your support. Habsburg, of course, is in the number 35 Alpine A424 from the Alpine Endurance team. Habsburg is actually on board the number 35 car right now, which starts 6th in this race. So great to see that he is back in this event. He always gets great starts. I mean, if we look back to his start at Qatar at the start of the season, when he started down the order, got the number 35 car right into 4th place, and even went into 3rd temporarily as well, once the troubled number 15 of Kevin Magnussen had its issues. So still under safety car as we approach the first 10 minutes of completion for Lone Star Le Mans. Home hero Ben Keating is back at Lone Star Le Mans after making an appearance in the Ford Mustang. He is back on board the Corvette this time for TF Sport. He's actually racing right now. He's currently in 8th position. That's where he will start. And Keating is in the number 33 car. They are battling for the championship as well. I believe they're placed in 3rd in the standings, with their sister car, the 81, in 5th, just 2 places behind in the standings. So they need a really good result too. Even though Ford, the attention is on them, with Lavarado putting it on pole in the 88. Ford, of course, start 1st and 2nd on the grid. Stefano Gattuso is on board the 88, by the way, the car that Keating drove last year. But Gattuso in 1st, followed by Sousa, and then we have Darren Leon in the 95 McLaren. That's the top 3 right now. Of course, nothing's changed. Top 3 for Hypercar is Phil Hansen, who took over for Robert Kubica after he qualified on pole. So Phil Hansen will start the race in the 83 car. Hansen is going for his first win of Lone Star Le Mans as well. Kubica and Yi, of course, won last year alongside Robert Schwartzman. Schwartzman, of course, isn't here today because, well, he's an IndyCar driver now. He's not racing in the WEC. So Schwartzman will not be getting another win at Lone Star Le Mans this weekend. Of course, the 83 wins. That will be Hansen's first victory, as I said. So, Ferrari sit 1st, 2nd, and 4th on the grid in Hypercar. 83 ahead of 51, ahead of 50. So the customer, or the privateer, 83 car is in 1st with Phil Hansen on board. James Collado in 2nd. It's actually, the top 2 are reversed from last year. So the 83 started in 2nd with the 51 on pole last year. And yeah, that was an interesting race for sure. We have comments coming in saying, when does the race start? We don't know, actually. I know that sounds like a weird answer, but what we're kind of waiting for the stewards to kind of give us an answer. It was supposed to start 12 minutes ago, but the cars are still taking laps. They're still doing the safety car procedure. We are 5 hours and 40 minutes into this event. Sorry, 5 hours and 48 minutes sorry, 5 hours and 48 minutes to go, not into this event. My goodness, I got that mixed up. So we're only just 12 minutes in. Racing hasn't started quite yet, and that is because of the rain. You can see that everybody has showed up in tents. This is something that is not really common for COTA, at least in F1 when it comes. But yeah, it's full on raining right now. Okay, Hansen is saying on radio, rain stays like this for the next... Oh, wait, sorry, that's the strategist. Rain stays like this for the next 1.5 until 2 p.m. at least. So, interestingly, the rain could be with us for quite some time. I hope we don't have to wait another hour. That's what they're saying here, is that the rain's going to be kind of like this for about an hour. I really hope that we don't have to delay this race. That would be such a shame if we did. I don't think we will. Safety car's still out on track, and we should be getting an update from the WEC in just a few seconds. We're still seeing cars kind of going out around the track, kind of creating that dry line, that racing line, in order for the racing to kick off. I'm going to check and see how our other streams are doing as well, because we also have a live data stream. I'm sure everybody over there, if you're listening to the live data stream and you're confused what is going on, well, that's because the racing is still on pause. We have our first pit stop. The 87 has come into the pit lane from last on the grid. It starts last. So no position change, of course. This is a very interesting thing, though, and a driver change for the 87. The race hasn't even really started yet, and the 87 is doing a driver change. So why has this happened? Remember, the 87 has a new driver on board, Jack Hawksworth, who usually competes in IMSA. He is replacing Jose Maria Lopez. Lopez, of course, was drafted into Toyota Gazoo Racing for the injured Mike Conway, as he did at Le Mans in 2024. So, yeah, that's, well, it's unfortunate not to see Mike Conway here, but hopefully he'll be back for Toyota's home event at Fuji. So that'd be great to see. So, still under yellow. I wish I had better news for you all, but that's the news. Those are the facts. So the 83 Ferrari continues to lead. We're on board with the 50 Ferrari, the car that starts in fourth, and you're seeing rain come by on the windscreen, just coming straight out. So it is raining here in Austin. It is definitely raining. I wish I could show you the live stream, but I get copyrighted for that. Comment coming in saying there is a ton of rain around Austin. I just looked at the weather radar. Yep, there is a ton of rain. There's dark clouds all overhead. I'm assuming that we should be getting rain momentarily. We expect the rain to be steady for the next hour, one more hour like this in terms of the rain level. That is for Nicholas Nielsen, a radio message from his engineer to the 50 Ferrari crew. So that's what what is going on. That's the small update we're getting. No update from the stewards. It seems like what's going on is that everybody's just kind of waiting. We're waiting for things to kind of get better. But I don't have a lot of data right now for everybody. We had a comment coming in that said, "What have I missed?" Well, not much. You haven't missed much. Nothing's changed in terms of the order. The only thing that has changed is that the 87 Lexus has come into the pit lane. They're actually interviewing one of the drivers who won last time out in that car. Clement Schmidt, the Austrian, has just jumped out of the car, I believe. So that is interesting for sure. Not torrential rain. Just a little bit of rain. I mean, it's raining, but it's not like a hailstorm or like a crazy hurricane or something like that. What's up, FJ? Great to see you there. Thanks so much for your support. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Jamal. I really appreciate that. Hopefully we get racing underway very shortly, guys. I know that I wasn't planning on this, and I think no one was, but it looks like things are better right now from what I'm seeing on the screen. Still spray coming up from underneath the cars, and from the back of the cars, of course. It is still raining, but I'm not sure why we aren't getting underway. It seems like the stewards are like waiting for the levels of the rain to go down or something. I don't know why we aren't getting underway. I mean, from an outside perspective, we see it and we go, okay, yeah, it looks like it's raining, but we don't know the data. You know, we don't know exactly what these drivers are experiencing. How is Kubica? Doing well. Well, I mean, he qualified the car on pole, so I would say doing well. He is in the garage right now, but his teammate Phil Hansen is on board. He's going to be starting this race in the 83 AF Corsa Ferrari. So Kubica doing really, really well right now. We'll see if he and Yi can help their teammate Phil Hansen to go for another win at Lone Star Le Mans. And if they do, I think this should take them to the lead of the championship. But we'll see. It really depends on where the 51 finishes. Visibility looks really bad. Yes, it does. I know I have a lot of friends at this event, and they're saying, like, yeah, it's raining, you know, it's full on rain. So, yeah. How about the number 36 Alpine? Well, that car starts 12th, I believe. Wait. It starts 11th, actually, because the number 5 Porsche has not returned to its specific position. I wonder if they're not allowing that for happening, because the number 5 is now drifted down to 15th. So the 36 Alpine, to answer your question, they will start in, I believe, 11th, with the 94 moving up to 10th. So interesting. That was not expected. Radio message for Alex Riberas. Actually, he's talking to the team. Just kind of saying, I can't hear it because I have everything muted. You really need to increase your YouTube video quality from 720p, please. It's not 720p. It's actually not 720p. I have the data right here. It shows. Who is the solid favorite for today? Ferrari, I would say Ferrari in hypercar. They look strong. You know, they were strong last year. Even though they're hit by BOP, they look pretty good. But yeah, Ferrari, I would say. It's kind of unknown, you know. We don't really know where everybody's pace is because qualifying was kind of like mixed. You know, we couldn't see a lot of the pace from everybody. So once we get the first like 30 minutes, first hour underway, that's when we'll know where everything stands. 2 cars into the pit lane, like the 87. Here comes the Iron Dames Porsche into the pits for a refuel. Same with one of the Ferrari 296 entries. I believe that is the 54. Maybe the 21 car. So a refuel just for the Iron Dames Porsche. Refuel as well for the what car is that? That's the 21. Okay, not the 54. So that is the 21. So they'll cycle down the order as well. 21 will come out ahead of the Iron Dames Porsche. I can't believe that this is the the intensity what we're seeing is the pit lane action. We should be getting racing underway quite soon. That's what I at least hope for. Ferrari continues to lead at the top. Nothing has changed so far. We are 5 hours and 40 minutes to go. 20 minutes in to Lone Star Le Mans. It is raining out on track. The conditions have gotten better from what I see. The dry line has started to form. But I think we're seeing that the WEC is saying, hold up, it's not safe. This is not the time to send the cars out on track full racing. We're going to see major accidents if we do. And if that's the case, smart decision. You know, we don't want to put these drivers in harm's way. You know, this is something that we need to take into consideration. Safety always comes first, especially in racing. Curious to see how those Ford Mustang GT3s will perform in this race. They are starting first and second on the grid in LM GT3. I would love to see them doing well. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the live stream here. That's why I keep looking off to the side. But yeah, those Mustangs, I'm a fan of Ford. You know, I really like the brand. And I've spent a lot of time covering Ford entries, you know, just looking at how magnificent the Mustangs are and past Ford cars. I actually, you all don't know this, so this is an exclusive, but I did a video at Laguna Seca about a specific Ford entry That took a lot of planning. So we recorded that. We did a lot of work on that. The people who were running the entry at Laguna Seca were so nice. Shout out to them for allowing us to film with that car. But yeah, that video is coming soon. It's a very special one. It's a historical video, and it's something I've been wanting to make for a long time. And when I found out the car would be at Laguna Seca, I was like, wow, okay, I have to jump on this opportunity to record it. So we actually got a lot of recording from Laguna Seca, me and my team, from one of the past events there. And actually some more stuff from IMSA's race at Laguna Seca will be posted soon, but got a lot of videos from that, and I'll be posting those as time progresses. But yeah, I'm excited for you all to see this new Ford one. Well, viewers, I will continue to stream here, of course, but 5 hours and 37 minutes remain. We still have a long way to go. The race hasn't started, of course. If I'm being honest, it's boring action. Nothing's happening. That's how it is. You know, the WEC, everybody here wants this race to get underway. We all want that. Everybody watching right now, me included, we all want this thing to get underway. I mean, I wouldn't be streaming here if I knew that this was all going to be under safety car. We know that the thing is going to get underway. It's inevitable it will. So we're just kind of waiting until we get an update from the WEC. But I'm looking at the number 7 Toyota. Oh, hold on a second. Little update. Rain lights to be turned on high mode from the FIA. FIA has just posted that. The stewards have come out and said rain lights to be turned on high mode as repeated. So that's interesting. That means that the fog layer is really, really high. Or the spray, you know, is really, really high. So interesting. That's not the greatest news, if I'm being honest. But I would have preferred something like, we see the rains out there, 10 minutes till start time. That would have been cool. So drivers are communicating back and forth. Lawrence Vantor is currently talking to his team. We can't hear, of course, what he's saying because I have it all muted. But yeah, it is raining quite a bit at Lone Star Le Mans. Now, from my experience, I haven't been watching the WEC like consistently for ever since Lone Star began. You know, I was quite young at the time when Lone Star began. But I remember that there was a race here when it was raining quite like this. In fact, I think it was even more heavy, the rain. But I can't remember the year that was. It was back during the LMP1 era. It was between, I think it was either 2015, it was like 2014, 2015, 2016, or 2017. It was one of those years. So it was one of the years when the 919 was competing. So that wasn't 2013, and that wasn't past 2017, of course. So I believe that it might have been 2014 when the rain was here, when it was here in a major concept. Correct me in the comments below if you all know. 2014 and 2015 we're seeing in the comments. Yeah, that's 2014. That's what I thought. Okay, so I thought it was either 2014, 2015, or 2016, around there. So yeah, thank you everybody for letting me know. So we have our first hypercar that's come into the pit lane. Jean-Eric Verne in the number 93 Peugeot came into the pit lane. The race did end in the night in 2014. I do remember that. That was the race. That's the race I'm thinking of. Yeah, so that race was really, really like heavy rain conditions. Also, something is going on with the 87 Lexus. They've taken off the hood. They're working on the car. This is the exact opposite what we were expecting from the 87 crew after what we saw at Sao Paulo. It has actually not been the race so far. They're putting the cover back on. Thank goodness. Very good news. I remember actually the 87 had an issue last year at Lone Star Le Mans. So it seems that may be repeating. So Petro Umbaresco is going to go back out on track. He won't be a lap down. Thank goodness. That's really good news. But it seems like there was an issue with the 87 car. The team are talking right now as I'm watching. Okay, we are nearing the first 30 minutes completion of the Lone Star Le Mans in 2025. Not the way that anyone wanted the race to start, of course, but we should be getting this race underway soon. I mean, we can't control the weather. This is life. You know, this is how it goes. So we should be getting things going quite soon. There is a lot of water on the track. I'm looking at like close up of the RCF GT3 that just came out of the pits, the Lexus, of course. And you can see there's just like a lot of water on the track, and something that I'm sure is way too dangerous for these cars to go out on track. So we know for a fact that the rain, this level of rain, will end in 30 minutes. So we know for a fact that racing will get underway within 30 minutes. So that's good. But I'm hoping that it starts even sooner. I'm hoping that we get an idea like in about 10, I would say in about 5 minutes. I think we're going to get probably an update saying race will be starting at a specific time, because we know that this level of rain, what we're seeing right here, will end in 30 minutes. We know for a fact that that's the case. That was proven by the engineers. That's my source. My source is that the WEC has confirmed that. The radar is showing. I'm watching the radar actually, and I'm seeing that the rain is slightly moving away, or at least it's going to get a better situation. There's a lot of water on track though. What I'm seeing right now, there's a lot of water on track. It's not like full on like raining, you know. We don't see like it's not panning over and there's drops coming down like in a crazy amount. It's just a lot of water on track, like a lot of water. And that's the problem here, is that I think that there's so much spray that's causing visibility issues. And it's really, really slippery. You know, we saw that with the number 5 Porsche when it spun earlier. I think it was Mathieu Jaminet on board, but I don't know exactly. But when the 5 spun, that was kind of confirmation that it is really slippery out on track. It is not Jaminet, by the way, viewers. It's Julian Andlauer. So I was right with the second option. I wouldn't think that they would start their third racer in the car first. I don't think most teams don't usually do that. I mean, then again, it's clear. Hold on a second. Let me come back to this. I'm seeing literal like rivers of water coming out from the back of entries. Like there's like literal stream of water coming out. That's how much water is out on track. 87 Lexus back in the pits. Oh my goodness. And it's going up on the jacks. Is it going in the garage? So this is the third time that the 87 Lexus... Yep, it's going in the garage. This is drama for the 87 car. Oh, no. This might be it. This might be it for the car that won last time out at Sao Paulo. We're definitely getting another new winner, I believe, in LMGT3. The Lexus is into the pits. The 87 car hood is going off the car once again. There's something going on at the front of the car. And yeah, there's something dreadfully wrong with the 87, which is so unfortunate to see. Where is what? I'm trying to find out what's going on. It seems like this could be engine related. This could be battery related. I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't really have a lot of data. I'm just kind of going off of what I see. But yeah, so unfortunate to see that. We've ticked below. Sorry. Had to make sure I get some water, stay hydrated. We've ticked below the first 30 minutes of Lone Star Le Mans. Nothing has changed in the top. The race still hasn't got underway. That's what I say. Electrical, I'm seeing in the comments below. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jamal. So electrical issues for the Lexus from what it seems like. I mean, that's what I guess, and it was confirmed by one of our users in the comments section. Thank you so much. Of course, we don't have a direct answer from a CODIS ASP. We don't have like a message saying like, this is the reasoning for what the issue is. I can look on social media if we get to the point where we can. Ben Keating is in the pits as well for the 33 Corvette team. Most likely for a fuel stop, a refuel. That's what it seems like at least. Get some water real quickly. Hold on. So is the 61 Mercedes from Iron Lynx. So the AMG GT3 is also in. That's the first of the AMG cars that's come in. The 60 also has drifted down the order a little bit. Actually, wait, was that the 60 Mercedes? I thought the 60 Mercedes had a yellow livery on it. But yeah, so for those that are just joining us now or are unfamiliar with what's going on, we have been under safety car conditions for the last 30 minutes. The race has still not got underway. The rain is easing up. We know for a fact that racing will be underway in at least 30 minutes. That's for a fact. We know that. Unless there's some sort of miscommunication or the data is wrong in some way, which it could be. You know, I'll put that out there and say that I could be wrong. But judging by what we're seeing, it seems like we should be getting racing underway in at least 30 minutes time. So the only big drama that we've seen is that the number 87 Lexus has an issue with seemingly electronic problems at the start at the very front of the RCF GT3, and unfortunately, this could be the end for the Lexus. They're fixing something at the very, very front of the car, and it's gone multiple laps down from what it seems like. But the rain is easing up, or at least the water is easing up. Ah, David, welcome in the comments. My live stream co-host is in the comments below. Hello, everybody. What a quality? Yes, what a quality indeed. That was epic. Love to see the action that we saw. Ferrari, of course, grabbing pole. But yeah, great to see. It was a great qualifying session. A really unknown session as well because we had so many entries going off the track, so many entries not getting a lap. You know, the Cadillacs were down the order. The BMWs couldn't really get a lap in. A few entries kind of didn't really have the pace, you know. I think Aston Martin's also had issues. Okay, so this makes more sense. So I think we have some information on the Lexus. This is what's being relayed to me through the comments as well as through what I'm seeing right here, and I'm looking at social media as well to kind of check on things. It seems that there's headlight issues for the Lexus car. So yeah, that's what it seems like is going on for the car. So not a mechanical failure where it's like the car is done, you know, electrical issues, it cannot power on. It's not like that. It's seemingly headlight issues for the 87 car, which won last time out at Sao Paulo. Okay, so 43 minutes into this particular live stream. We've been streaming for quite some time. I want to keep an eye on the other live, and the 87's back on track. Yay! Okay, so that car is back. It is back out on track. It's multiple laps down, of course, but it is back in the race. Thank goodness. So, the Lone Star Le Mans live data stream is also still going on if you all need an idea of where every single car is lining up. If you want a bigger graphic of the live data here. But yeah, Ferrari doing quite well as it stands in terms of their pace. It seems like they're doing strong out on track. I'm just checking on social media. Jota Sport just posted this. This is quite interesting. They I'll just show the camera real quickly. They posted this Cadillac with a sailboat. And the caption reads, "Some last-minute modifications." I love the Jota admin, by the way. They have the best social media team. But yeah, so this is true. You know, the 38 car, I think that is, with the sailboat modification. So funny, very, very funny. So the rain has calmed down a little bit. We know for a fact that it should be going, we should be ready to get underway in at least 20 minutes, if not earlier, so we'll see. It is, judging by the radar, as we can see right now on the live data and the live stream and what I'm watching, it is moving away. It is less and less of a problem. So, let's see here. Hey man, nice to see you live. Thanks so much for joining in. I really appreciate the support. It's great to go live with these streams. I really appreciate everybody coming in. We have over 70 live viewers right now, and that just proves that you're all like wanting this race to get underway, seeing a really, really cool experience. You're sticking with us until this thing gets underway. I know for most people out there, they're kind of like, I'm tuning out, because it's just well, not much is going on, but we still have so much to talk about. There's still so much going on. Speaking of which, the two BMW M4s are in the pit lane. A lot of cars coming into the pit lane, and we should be getting the racing underway in less than 20 minutes time. That's what I would guess. You should be a commentator for the World Endurance Championship. Thank you for the compliment. I would love to be a commentator for the World Endurance Championship. I originally, when it comes to online activities, I started doing commentary for Formula One leagues, like online leagues kind of thing on the game, and it was fun. I do it every once in a while whenever I can, just for fun because it's a fun thing. But I would love to do commentary for the WEC. Maybe one day. Still early in my career, so we'll see how that goes. 15 to 20 minutes, maybe to go green from the radio. Yeah, that's what I'm predicting as well. 15 to 20 minutes until green. We got the information at the very beginning of this race from Ferrari, AF Corsa. They were saying that it was an hour of this level of rain, and look at that. We're coming right to the end of that hour from what they predicted, yeah, that's how it is. Who do you think is going to win today? Ooh, bold question. I mean, it's hard to predict. In Hypercar, I would say the AF Corsa Ferrari. I predicted some other entries to kind of go up there. That was before BOP was announced. Me and David did that. We did a stream about that. But judging by what we've seen so far and my current estimate, I would say that first place goes to the 83 Ferrari, the car which won last year. That's my best assessment of everything. And I would go P2 for the number 35 Alpine. I know, bold prediction. And then P3 would probably be one of those Ferraris, the 50 or the 51, or one of the Porsches that are in the top 5. So that's either the number 6 or the number 99. That's what I would say for the podium. In LMGT3, I want Ford to win, but I'm going to say something's going to happen, and I'm going to say that McLaren is going to win this race with the 95 car, and P2 I'm going to go for the number 27 Heart of Racing Aston Martin, or actually no, P2 I'm going to go for the number 88 Ford Mustang, and then maybe the 81 Corvette or the 77 Proton 4. That's what I would say. So I would say McLaren win in LMGT3 and Ferrari win in Hypercar. That's what I'm seeing right now. But yeah. We have a lot of cars coming into the pit lane. There is a change for the lead in LMGT3. Oh, the 20 BMW is off the track. Oh no. What's going on here? It's pulling off to the side. The 20 BMW Hypercar Rene Rast on board. That is at Sector 1. It is stopped out on track. Hold on a second. I was going to read a comment, but there is issues for the number 20 BMW. Oh, this is so sad if this is the case. This is the car I predicted to win overall at the start of the weekend. So not good for my prediction and not good for BMW in general. Looks like an electronic issue or something like that. What is going on for the number 20 M Hybrid V8? It is still stopped. Please tell me it gets back going. I would love that. So, unfortunately, the 20 BMW is still stopped on track. Also, by the way, another news that we should probably point out, the 87 is back in the pit lane, back in the garage for the fourth or fifth time, something like that. Oh, it has not gone well for the 87 car, and it has not gone well for the number 20 BMW right now. It is not going well at all. So, 5 5 hours and 18 minutes left of this event. We are over 40 minutes into this race, and still the safety car has not come back into the pit lane. The green flags have not been brought out quite yet. It has been an unfortunate start to this event, so we should be getting the Lone Star Le Mans 5-hour race, if that's the case. So an hour later than expected. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. It would be really, really unfortunate if this race was it went beyond that, and it'd be just another hour. You know, the worst case scenario, of course, would be a postponement of the event. I don't think we're at that point. If anything, we're going to get little running, so maybe like a 4-hour race or something like that if this rain doesn't clear up, but I highly doubt that. I think we're going to get racing underway in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Question with ELMS getting a hypercar class. Do you think Pescarolo could get a customer Peugeot 9X8 because of the no factory car rule? Well, I would love to see it, but I don't think it's possible. I got to be honest here. You know, I have to be honest. I have to be realistic. I don't think that Pescarolo are going to be getting their Peugeot 9X8. And there's a few reasons why. You know, when the news came that Pescarolo was back and looking to get enter the hypercar class and get back at the top at Le Mans, I was skeptical of it happening because of a few reasons. One of which was that Henri Pescarolo wasn't there, a different program. Also, quick update on the 20 BMW. It is still stopped on track. Who is that? Is that the medic or the car? There's another BMW next to it, and it's the safety car or like a medical car. Also, the 87 is back on the track. Great news for that car. But yeah, the BMW is still there. But yeah, with the Pescarolo Peugeot, don't think it's happening. You know, it was rumored for quite some time. It was like hyped up and then it just disappeared. They just like, it's the kind of a similar situation with the Velox or the Velox hypercar program that was confirmed for 2025 this year, of course. Never happened. Nothing happened. Oh, something's going on with the BMW crew. It seems like they're packing up. This could be it. This might be it for the 20 BMW. Drivers getting out of the car. Shoot. That's not good news. That's Rene Rast out of the 20 BMW. This might be it for the BMW. Yeah, so something going on with that car. This might be it. Leaving Kevin Magnussen, Dries Vanthoor, and Raffaele Marciello as the only drivers running the BMW hypercar in this race. Very, very unfortunate if this is it for the 20. Question, do you remember the Bicalis LMP1 car? Yes, I do. I remember their program. It lasted till 2020. I think that I miss it. You know, it's sad that Bicalis aren't involved anymore with, of course, they became Vanwall. There is a chance they come back to ALMS. They're actually one of the teams that are pursuing ALMS to bring Vanwall back. So it would be Bicalis Racing under the Vanwall name. It would be Bicalis Racing running a Vanwall hypercar. That's how it would be. What about Acura to ALMS? No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, but I think that if Acura were to come, it would be under Honda. I mean, I think that the ARX06 could make a perfect car over there. You know, this is it's a car from Honda, you know, a Japanese constructor. What ALMS needs, I feel like, for Honda to come and for other brands to come and for it to be bigger is for them to expand the calendar. Because right now they only have one race. They have one race in Malaysia, and they have a couple races. Oh, sorry, they have two races in Malaysia, both at Sepang, and then a couple races in the Middle East, or rather at Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Those tracks. Yas Marina circuit has, I believe, 2, and Dubai's circuit has 2 as well. They need a race in Japan. That's for a fact. I think that what would be best is for ALMS to expand to, what's it called? The, maybe Suzuka or Fuji. I would say that, probably Fuji. That's actually probably, Well, Suzuka has the WEC has the Intercontinental GT event, the 1,000 kilometers of Suzuka. Fuji would be a nice place for ALMS. Um, I don't know. I think Japan needs a race for ALMS. Same thing with maybe an event in China. Maybe the Shanghai International Circuit could get an ALMS event. Also, quick update. I'm pretty sure that the BMW is out, the number 20 car. I think that's it for the 20. So our first official retirement from this race is the number 20 BMW. They are done. Yeah, you can see that they're shaking hands, saying like, "Thanks, good job, everybody." Good job on the weekend. Sorry it didn't work out, kind of thing. That's what they're thinking, I think. So 20 BMW out, unfortunately. That's it. That's the end of the road for the BMW M Hybrid V8. There still is another car in the race, the 15, so that's good. Last question for a bit. Will ELMS get a hypercar class in the foreseeable future? Very good question. Thank you so much for asking. I'll answer any question that is thrown out to me. I believe I would say not for the foreseeable future, but maybe in a long time away. I wouldn't think for next year. Wouldn't think for the year after. We're trying to remember. Well, I'm trying to remember that ELMS is the only series that hosts the LMP2 class as the top category. When LMP2 was removed from the WEC, it became like this category where it was kind of like everybody was off to LMP2 in ELMS. It was the only place to race where it was full-time top class running. So I think that it would be nice for the LMP2 teams to keep it that way. I don't think it would be the best case scenario for Hypercar to come to ELMS, even though it'd be kind of cool, considering the past and considering what is good for teams like Isoda and Van Wall, for example. But I don't think it's going to be happening, at least for the next 2 years. Maybe in 2028 or something like that. Something I could see that Hypercar in 2028. If the regulations are extended till 2032 at least, so I could see that. If LMP2, I mean LMP2 is getting a new regulation as well, so a new car, it's going to be cool. So we are nearing the end of the first hour, and we should be getting this race. I mean, I keep saying this, but I'm hoping we're getting an update in the next 5 minutes or so that the race will be restarted. But I think every single person is just wanting this race to get underway. That's all we're wanting. That's all we're thinking about. We're thinking, let's get this thing underway. Let's get this racing underway. Of course, for the WEC, for all the teams, for all the sponsors, for all the attendees, for everybody watching here, for me included, we all want this thing to get underway. We're tired of the rain. We're tired of the stoppage. We're waiting for the WEC to make a move here. And of course, they are doing what they can do, and they're thinking of everybody's well-being. They're thinking of the safety. They're thinking of how will these cars go? Is it bad? Is it bad for the cars? Is it bad for the drivers? Is it bad for the attendance as well of spectators? They're taking everything into consideration here. So respect to them. I want to say respect to them. And that's not just because like I'm trying to, I don't know, say like the WEC is the best or whatever. I'm not trying to say that. I'm genuinely meaning that. I'm genuinely saying that they are taking this into consideration. They're doing the best they can. And they're gonna do what is needed. They're gonna do what's needed, and if that means going a little bit longer than expected with this safety car procedure, then that means going a little bit longer than what we expected. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think that what we're seeing right now, we're nearing the point where the rain period is no longer as intense as it was earlier. We got a message at the very beginning of this race. Remember, for those that are just joining us, hear this message. We got a message from Ferrari that the rain would be ending, or the rain would change, and the level of rain would calm down in an hour. That was an hour ago. We are now at that point where they said it would, and look exactly what's happening. I think Ferrari are totally right, even though they don't get strategies right in F1. They're known for that. Also, quick update. We had a car that was going into the garage, the 61 Iron Lynx Mercedes. It has damage to the front bodywork. And I don't even know how to explain this, but The car was being wheeled into the garage and stopped midway, and the mechanics wheeled it back out onto the pit box, and it came out. What I can assume what happened was the team said, okay, let's bring the car in, fix that damage. And then they started to wheel it back, and their team were like, hold up. Let's just wait. Let's wait. Let's see how things go. The FIA aren't really looking at it right now. I think we're okay to continue. That's, I think, what happened. But yeah. Interview going on with Rene Rast, the driver who jumped out of the 20 BMW and had to retire. But yeah, this is unfortunate for the crew of the 20, the crew of the 15 as well, as they could be worrying of a similar issue as well. But hopefully they'll come back stronger at Fuji, where BMW scored second place. I think that this could be that could be a great thing. Cars into the pit lane. The entire hypercar field is into the pits except one car, and that is the number... oh my goodness, there's a traffic jam. The number 36 Alpine is going to take the lead of the race because it's the only car that didn't come in. Everybody in hypercar has come in for what seems to be a refuel of stops, I guess. So the 36 Alpine stays out. So does the... what car is that? The 20... that's the 007, or 009... no, 007 Aston Martin moves up to 6th, I believe. Same with the number 5 Porsche and the number 93 Peugeot. So this actually right here might have just changed up the order a little bit. Different strategies taking place. So Frederick Makovicky takes over the lead in the number 36 Alpine. Very fascinating. This could be a game changer, if I'm being honest. So here's the order now. 36 Alpine, 83 Ferrari, 51 Ferrari, number 6 Porsche, number 50 Ferrari in 5th. Then comes the 007 Aston Martin Valkyrie of Tom Gamble, Julian Andlauer, and the number 5 Porsche follows. Then comes the number 93 Peugeot, the number 99 Porsche from Proton Competition, and then Ferdinand Habsburg completes the top 10 in the number 35 Alpine. In LMGT3, let's see where LMGT3 is. What car is at the top? It is the number 95 McLaren. And interestingly, the 95 McLaren is in 3rd overall. So it's moved up into 3rd overall. That's because, race director. Race director is providing info. That's the exact message I was looking for. So I can't hear what's going on though. So this is chaos. There's a safety car in the middle of this pack, and there's an LMGT3 car in 3rd overall ahead of a hypercar. This is because the grid is kind of mixed up in terms of the pits. I'm kind of judging this off of what I see, but yeah. So 36 Alpine, Frederick Makovicky leads away in the A424. I said Alpine could win. Maybe this strategy gets them the win, but still a long way to go. So I think everybody came in for a refuel, no tire changes. A few cars did stay out. The cars that did were the number 36 Alpine, the number 5 Porsche, the number 007 Aston Martin Valkyrie, the number 93 Peugeot, and I believe the another car came into the pit lane, or didn't come into the pit lane as well. They're going to redo the order. Okay, that's what's going on. Yeah, okay. If anybody knows exactly any data for when this race is getting underway, post it in the comments below. This would be really, really beneficial. I want to check on our live data stream as well, make sure everything's going well with that. I hope everybody over there is not freaking out and going, where is this race? What is going on? Because I could see that being chaotic. Let's see. All right, I'm going to tell the live data stream. Still waiting for an official message for when safety car conditions go away. Okay. posted a message to the chat in the second chat, the live data chat, because I know that we all have chat here is familiar with what's going on, but everybody over there is probably like, what is going on here? Okay, let's see here. So still under safety car conditions, we are nearing the first hour of this race. The end of this first hour. Okay, sorry, I had to manage the other chat. So the 61 Mercedes into the pit lane. Unfortunate to see that. And the wheel is off on the front left as well. So we have the second LMGT3 car coming into the pits. That's the car driven by Martin Barry, Maxime Martin, and Linhu Dinuis. Unfortunate to see that. How did the number 93 Peugeot get to 8th? That's because of pit stops. That's why. Okay, so Frederick Makovicky continues to lead in the number 36 Alpine, followed by Phil Hansen in the 83 Ferrari and the 51 Ferrari. The number 6 Porsche is in 4th, followed by the number 50 Ferrari of Nicholas Nielsen on board that car. Okay. Oh. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. The WEC has red flagged this Lone Star Le Mans. We are seeing it out on screen. Why didn't they do this sooner? I have no idea why. Red flag for this event at Lone Star Le Mans. So I'm not sure why they are red flagging, but this actually changes the complete order. The 36 Alpine is going to take the lead of this race. It's going to start at the front. I think they won't be able to adjust. It will be exactly as it was once we get underway. So strategies will still be the same. The Fords have moved down the order. This allows the Mercedes crew to get their wing fixed as well. But red flag. Red flag. So Lone Star Le Mans has been red flagged with 5 hours to go of this event. So this pauses the time, or at least should. Seeing a comment coming in saying red flag for lightning is a possibility. But I don't know. I'm waiting for an update. So red flag. Okay, I've just put out a message to everybody that we have that the WEC has red flagged the race. Well, that is interesting. So all the cars will line up on the grid, and everybody will do their standard procedure. Well, we will see how this goes. Yeah, so all the cars have stopped. Everything will be reordered, and we'll get an idea of how things progress in just a bit. Okay. So with that, all cars to park on the left. That's what the WEC is saying. Alrighty then. Okay, so once things kind of progress, we'll see how things go. So yeah, I think we're at a standstill point, viewers. So there's not really a need for me to continue to live stream right now because all I'm going to be doing is talking about what we're seeing out on track, which is basically a standstill. I might stop the live data stream as well until the race kind of gets back underway. But yeah, this is unfortunate, of course. Unfortunate that we had to pause the race, but safety is the way to go for sure. So we'll see how it goes. But I think this is a good point for me to pause, to wait and see. The clock, I think, should stop, and we will wait to see how things progress. I'm curious to see if the 20 BMW will be rescued, and maybe it can get back in. Maybe BMW can fix the car, and maybe we'll be able to get back in the race. This might help them. So we're under red flag conditions. Everything's kind of stopped. And I'm hoping that we get things underway. For those that are wanting to watch the live feed, what's going on right now, check out FIAWEC.tv or go to HBO Max if you live in the United States of America where this race is going on. But besides that, we hope for the race to come back very shortly. We'll get some news from the FIAWEC. Follow social media. Follow us on social media, me and David, that is. We'll keep you updated. We'll keep you updated on what's going on in COTA. But yeah, not the ideal situation. Of course, we wanted to see more of what's going on. But the WEC are right in every single circumstance. This is the way to go. Safety is most important. Okay, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining. I know it was a little bit of a boring stream. I know that we all wanted to watch what was going on on the race. I wasn't planning for this. Of course, we're just going off of the facts. So anyway, I will catch you all later on. Make sure to check out the live data stream. That's going to go on throughout this race. We may stop it, and then it will come back later on. But yeah, again, thank you all so much for joining. We will see you in the next one. Enjoy your rest of the day. Keep an eye on the WEC, and we'll see who wins this